Is she the biggest draw in women's tennis right now?
Yes.
Is she bigger than Sabalenka? Is she bigger than Coco?
Dude, it's crazy. She's having the same effect that Fonseca was having, like, on the men's side last year in Miami.
It's like Fonseca, but I think it's bigger than Fonseca.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Like, the Doha, like, crowds were insane for her last week.
If she wins a slam, it would be like one of the biggest things in the world.
Yeah, correct.
She's definitely one to watch, obviously because she's so good, but just for the atmosphere. You want to tune into her matches just to see what it's like on the court.
There's got to be like a little jealousy maybe from some of the other the women. The girls coming in, she's not top 10, biggest star in the world. All right, don't engage with me.
Exactly. That's the heart of the disruption. The WTA built a system around predictable stars, carefully nurturing them, marketing them, and shaping narratives over years. And then Alex Eala, at just 20 years old, comes in and rewrites the playbook overnight. She doesn't need the top 10 ranking to be the main attraction. Her presence alone moves stadiums, drives digital engagement, and forces sponsors to take notice. Now, about that number, that should not be possible. We're talking practice court crowds rivaling main draw matches, social media engagement numbers off the charts, and ticket sales surging even when she loses a match. The metrics aren't just impressive, they're revolutionary for a player outside the traditional elite tier. So, here's the question to the audience. Is the WTA proactively supporting this seismic talent, giving her the resources, visibility, and scheduling she deserves? Or are they passively riding the tidal wave that Alex Eala herself created, realizing too late that a 20-year-old from the Philippines just flipped their entire model upside down? Drop your thoughts. This is a debate that will define the next era of women's tennis. If you want, I can take this and create a punchy viral YouTube segment that hooks viewers immediately with the numbers, Ella's story, and the WTA disruption angle. Do you want me to draft that?
20-year-old Filipino tennis star Alex Eala has sent Melbourne Park crowds into an absolute frenzy.
Get close to court 6 yesterday. Alex Eala playing over there. This was a wild, wild scene, Mark.
That people were so nicely standing in line, but they would be there for at least an hour if they ever got to the match. So kudos to the fans.
She probably needed to be on a bigger show court. She's, I think, the most famous female from the Philippines, certainly one of the most famous people ever to come through there in the sporting world. And there were so many fans here who were just waiting to get in.
I think the organizers need to keep more in mind where the players are from and what the actual fan base is here, because there's massive Filipino audience here in Melbourne, in Australia. So keep that in mind next time you make the schedule.
Fact that everyone came out and really squeezed into that cozy court. I really appreciate it. I felt so loved even when I was 5-2 down in the third, still felt the love. So I'm really appreciative and super thankful.
At the 2026 Australian Open, Alex Eala's pre-tournament press conference drew over 173,000 views. Not match highlights, not viral on-court moments, just a press conference. For comparison, Novak Djokovic's conference at the same event only pulled in 73,000 views, less than half. It also outperformed every top 10 female player. That's right, a 20-year-old ranked 31st in the world was commanding more attention than tennis's biggest names. The WTA has long built its stars around players like Aryna Sabalenka, defending titles and winning Grand Slams, Coco Gauff, with her big serve and marketing clout, and Iga Swiatek, the world #1. These are the players whose faces dominate promotions and broadcasts. And then there's Alex Eala. No Grand Slam, no WTA title, yet drawing bigger crowds, more viewers, and more energy than anyone else. The Abu Dhabi Open saw record-breaking attendance, not for Sabalenka, not for Gauff, but for Eala. Melbourne and Dubai followed the same pattern, standing room-only sections, staff scrambling to adjust schedules and courts, and a charged atmosphere that reflected fans' deep personal investment in her presence. At Indian Wells, her practice sessions alone became events, attracting hundreds of fans, proof that Eala isn't just playing tennis. She's changing how the sport connects with audiences. Alex Eala's practice sessions alone drew hundreds of fans, not her matches, her warm-ups. Meanwhile, Alexander Zverev, a top 5 men's player, and Taylor Fritz, playing in front of his home crowd in Southern California, barely drew a fraction of the attention. Ella hadn't even stepped into a match yet, and the crowd was already there. For tournament directors, the reaction must have been a mix of delight and mild panic. Delight because packed courts break attendance records. Panic because the driving force behind it all is ranked 31st, something nobody expected. Schedules, court assignments, and broadcast plans all had to be adjusted in real time to accommodate a phenomenon the metrics didn't predict. On the Nothing Major podcast, former world number 9 Steve Johnson was asked if Ella was the biggest draw in women's tennis. His answer? One word: yes. When pressed whether she was bigger than Sabalenka or Gauff, he said yes again, describing the Dubai crowds as insane, standing room only scenes that defy logic for a 31st-ranked player. Podcast host Sam Querrey compared her rise to João Fonseca, the young Brazilian who disrupted the men's tour in 2025, forcing organizers to move his matches to the biggest courts due to overwhelming demand. Querrey said Ella's impact surpasses even Fonseca's. And then the detail that makes it all click: she was on the cover of Vogue before ever winning a Grand Slam. If Alex Eala wins a Grand Slam, it would be one of the biggest moments in sports history. Former top 10 player John Eisner points out that this is bigger than just one athlete. Ella is opening up enormous untapped markets. Countries with massive populations, strong sports cultures, and no star to rally fan engagement are suddenly on the map. The Philippines is a perfect example. Over 110 million people passionate about sports like boxing and basketball, and now fully invested in tennis because of Ella. Ella has cracked a market tennis had never fully reached before. Comparisons to Manny Pacquiao are not made lightly. Pacquiao was a national icon whose fights stopped the country. Streets emptied, crime dropped, and the nation collectively tuned in. Tournament directors are now referencing that level of influence when talking about what Ella brings to venues, a staggering feat for a 20-year-old in the top 50 for less than a year. The commercial impact is massive, and the WTA knows it. Tennis has long tried to expand beyond Europe and North America, and Asia represents a huge opportunity. Populations are large, discretionary income is growing, and appetite for sports content is real, but tennis struggled to find the right entry point. Entry points in sports are usually players. You follow someone who makes you feel something. Naomi Osaka opened the Japanese market. Li Na opened China. Now, Alex Eala is doing the same for Southeast Asia, giving casual observers a reason to care because she carries a flag they recognize. The benefits are tangible. More eyes on her matches equals higher broadcast revenue. More fans in the stands equals better attendance numbers. Sponsors now have a reason to engage with the Philippine and Southeast Asian markets. Every match Ella wins, every ranking climb, every practice session packed with fans increases the tour's commercial value. Yet the WTA's response has been reactive. Ella earned her place in the seedings, her fan base, her Nike campaign, and her Vogue cover through results and authenticity. The tour didn't build it. They benefited, but the momentum is hers. This matters because it highlights a bigger issue in tennis: how the sport handles players who disrupt the traditional hierarchy. The tour is built around rankings. Rankings determine everything: seeds, court assignments, match schedules, broadcast slots, and media attention. In that system, a player ranked 31st is expected to be treated exactly like a 31st seed, no matter how many fans show up to watch her practice. But Alex Eala is proving that fan engagement and rankings don't always align. She's ranked 31st, yet drawing larger crowds than several top 10 players. The system doesn't really have an answer for that. So instead of proactively adapting, the Women's Tennis Association and individual tournaments have mostly reacted in real time, moving her matches to bigger courts, adjusting schedules, and accommodating crowds far larger than expected. In interviews, her drawing power is often described as a pleasant surprise, rather than something the tour should have anticipated. Ella herself told Front Office Sports that she never expected this level of fan support and considers it an incredible privilege. That humility is part of what makes her so relatable and why the connection with fans feels genuine. She isn't performing gratitude for the cameras. She genuinely seems surprised by how quickly everything has grown. But the tennis world probably shouldn't be surprised. The signs were there. At the 2025 Miami Open, Eala arrived as a wild card ranked around 140 and stunned the tennis world by defeating Iga Swiatek, Madison Keys, and Jelena Ostapenko in consecutive matches. Runs like that don't happen quietly. The crowds in Miami already showed what was coming: standing room-only sections, roaring support, and the kind of atmosphere that makes broadcasters suddenly pay attention. Her rise has been extraordinary, from around world number 763 in 2021 to number 31 in 2026. From losing early rounds as a teenager to forcing tournament organizers to move her matches to the biggest courts at WTA 1000 events just 5 years later. That kind of trajectory isn't luck. It's the result of relentless work, real talent, and a rare ability to connect with fans on a human level. The WTA now faces a choice: get ahead of this moment, or keep reacting to it. Right now, it's doing the latter. Meanwhile, Alex Eala keeps doing what she does best. The tour built a system around rankings and seedings. Then Alex Eala arrived and made that system look like it was missing the point.
So, what do you think?
Is Alex Eala already the most exciting star in women's tennis, regardless of ranking? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like and subscribe.